What is up, Emperor? Bods here. Still on the topic of free-to-play players, I might say I'm a bit enthusiastic doing free-to-play friendly stuff lately. But hey, I really wanted to help our friends who needs this type of stuff. So if you're a free-to-play player or a low spender, this hero guide may help you out. So like the video, share it with your friends, and while you're at it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. And hit that notification bell to always be updated with our videos, uploads, and live streams. Welcome back to another guide video, Emperors. This video will focus mostly on free-to-play players friendly marches. Now let's go to your free-to-play player friendly lineup, but this time around when you have your Yodit and your Tribuana with your lineup. Now let's go first if you have your Yodit as your commander. Since Yodit is almost free to unlock from the advent, you will just need a few Empire coins in order for her to at least get to 1 star. You won't need to spend real money on her just to get her. So she will come for the during the second season of your server, and your Yodit can be a really great commander. So your Yodit's commander skill is the Rat Forged Blade, which deals 3 instances of damage to up to 3 enemy troops with a fan-shaped area in front, and when there are 4 or more stacked deterrents, consumes the 4 stacks and changes to 5 instances of damage. And this one also grants you 100 initial rage upon entering the battle. So if you have your Yodit with you, we want her to be your commander. We are talking about here free-to-play friendly lineup, so your Miyamoto is not an option. With your Shadow of Terror here as the signature skill of your Yodit, this one deals might damage once to the target and adds 1 stack of deterrents, with each stack of deterrents increasing the hero's might by 35. Up to 6 stacks. Also, there is a 50% chance to enter the damage immunity, which is actually great. Then this one will stay for 1 second, during which all damage is ignored. So your Yodit really is a good commander, especially if the damage immunity will be popped. And now let's see what are the bonuses for your signature skills here. So on your first rank, you will increase the damage rate of your Shadow of Terror, which is the signature skill, by 30%. On the third rank, increase Shadow of Terror's activation chance this time by 5%, which is also good. Now on her 5th rank, Shadow of Terror can stack deterrents up to 6, and each stack increases might by an extra 5. Now this is actually good. Increases the trigger chance also of damage immunity by 5%. That is why your 5 star for your Yodit is also good, and the best part here is you will have 5% more chance to get your damage immunity. That is why Yodit is also a good commander when you get her. Now let's go to your customizable skills for your Yodit. The first skill that we want as a commander for your Yodit is your Battle Roar. Why is that? Because this one deals my damage to the enemy troop. Now take note that this one also increases the hero's damage by 10% for 6 seconds. Now your Executor over here increases the hero's signature active skill activation chance, which is your signature skill. So your Executor over here increases the hero's signature active skill activation chance by 12.28%. And then every time the hero activates the signature's active skill, there is a chance to increase the skill damage by a certain amount. Now this one is also good, and this one is used even if you are not the commander in the lineup. And then we have as an option your Furious Charge if ever you don't want the Battle Roar. So your Furious Charge, every time the heroes activates their signature skill, increases the hero's might damage by additional percentage up to 5 stacks. This is a comparison between the Battle Roar and your Furious Charge. We have put in 15,000 troops for each one and battled level 30 Tribe Swordsman, and this is the result. So I did this for 10 times in the game, and the results are consistent. And also we only have like a difference of 3 seconds between the battles, and also the averages of damages are the same. Now next up is your Tribuana, which will be a very essential part of this lineup. So your Tribuana here, her commander skill is Regal Radiance, recovers your units and reduces the enemy commander's armor by 60 for 9 seconds. So it is really not that good if your Tribuana is your commander. Although the best thing about her is her signature skill, which is Ode do Jaba. Increases the activation chance of your commander's signature skills, and then recover your troop units when your commander uses their signature's active skill every 3 times. and increases their next signature active skill damage by a certain percentage at the same time, and then after entering the battle for 3 seconds, increases your commander's signature skill or signature active skill activation chance by an extra 50% for 15 seconds. If the effect can be triggered every 30 seconds and can be triggered again only after leaving the battle. So this one is really good if your commander is going to be like the heavy hitters like your Miyamoto, Yodit, or your King Arthur. So in this case, our commander is Yodit, so she will really give Yodit a good chance to activate more of her signature skills. Now let's go to your Tribuana's rankings over here. On the first rank of her skill, which is the rank that we want to keep our Tribuana on, is your first rank. And then here, the recovery effect of Ori the Java can be triggered every 3 times your commanders activates their signature skills, then the recovery rate increases by 40%. So the first rank of your signature skill is really good for your Tribuana. Now if you want to go to the 3rd star of your Tribuana, this one boosts the commander's signature active skills activation chance by an increased effect of Java by 3%. So this one will boost the commander's signature active skill activation chance again, and then this will increase the effect of your signature skills. So that is why this is also a good thing. And then next up is your 5th star. Extends the commander's signature active skills activation chance boost from the already Jabba by 3 seconds when the recovery effect is triggered. Increases also your commander's next signature active skill damage by another 40%, which is a high enough damage increase in my opinion. Okay, so you really want to get your team also to your 5 star if you can. And since this is not a Miyamoto lineup, you really don't need to stay or keep your Tribuana to 1 star or 3 stars over here. So heading now to your customizable skills for your Tribuana, what we want to do for the early stages of the game is to have your King's Blade and also your Fortification with you as your customizable skills. Now let's go first with your King's Blade over here. So this one deals my damage to the enemy troops every 9 seconds with a damage of 200% at its maximum, and then with a 46% chance to increase all your heroes' damage by a certain amount for 3 seconds. Now this one can be used during the early stage of the game and late stage of the game. That is why this skill is very useful for this lineup. And also you can use your Fortification as your early game customizable skills, because Fortification, after the hero recovers units, increase all your hero's armor by a certain amount for 3 seconds, and this one triggers every 6 seconds, which will give your troops tankiness. You can also use this in late game depending on how you want to run your troops. Now, this is how I want to run my troops right now, since I am already on the late stages of the game. So what I did was I get the Righteous Judgment over here, because this one after 3 seconds deals might damage. So this one has higher damage than your King's Blade, which is 297. And also, since your Fortification doesn't have any damage, so this one will deal damage, but this one has a charging state. And then after that damage, this one will reduce enemy heroes' might and strategy, which is good since you are battling most enemies with heroes and strategy, and if they are debuffed with that 60% decreased from their might and strategy, you will be a little bit tanky, and it's more like the version of Fortification, but the thing here is that you will reduce the damage of your enemy, and you will also deal damage with your enemy. The only problem with this one is that you will have like charging state, so this one can be interrupted depending on the skills of the enemy, but this one will work wonders if you can activate this in the battle. So for your 3rd slot, for your hero on your lineup here, what you want is either your King Derrick or your Hammurabi. First up is your Hammurabi. It is also included in the tutorial in-game. Your Hammurabi will buff your Yodit with his skills and also the attributes on the tier of your Hammurabi. And on the other hand, if you have your King Derrick will also give your Yodit a buff and also at the same time a debuff. Although your Hammurabi can give your Yodit more damage buff, and your King Derrick on the other hand will give a debuff for the enemy in order for your troops to deal more damage. So as my suggestion to you guys, whichever hero has more number of tiers or stars between your King Derrick and Hammurabi, as a free-to-play player, you will have them both early in the game and you can level them up depending on your current state in the game to place or to insert in this lineup. If you are going for the Hammurabi route, what you want for your customizable skills will be your Earth Crush and your High Spirit. Your High Spirit will give you more volumes or frequency of your Earth Crush to activate and your signature skill. And then on the other hand, if you go on the King Derek's route, or you want King Derek to be your third hero in this lineup, so the customizable skills applicable only for this lineup if you are King Derek is of course Earth Crush and Righteous Judgment. You really don't want to add any siege skills like your Fearless Frontrunner and or any gathering skills like your Windfall in this lineup. And also, I am not counting out your Herald if you have your Herald with you. For example, if you do not have both your King Derek and Hammurabi at exerting star, and you have a Herald with you who has higher stars than both of them, and I think this is a rare occasion, although I won't cross out Herald in this occasion for free-to-play players of course. But I suggest if you do not have any other choice, please use Josephine instead. So your Josephine is also a good addition in this lineup if you do not have your Hammurabi and Derek leveled up. But your Josephine doesn't provide your Yodit the damage that your Hammurabi or your King Derek can provide, which is a bit of a bummer if you are going to use Josephine because she will have her own damage in this lineup if ever. That is why she is just a backup just in case you do not have your Derek and or Hammurabi with you. Although the problem here, as I've said earlier, is your Josephine doesn't have the damage output and also the buffs that your King Derek and Hammurabi can provide. So this is just a backup just in case you do not have your Hammurabi and King Derek with you. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. And with that, click on to the next video that will appear here in your screen. And thank you for always supporting the channel. The buds out.